Over time, we have seen multiple Sonic games released, whether it be a good or a bad game in many people's eyes. But in recent times, we have seen how passionate the Sonic community is in terms of fixing a bad Sonic game or even remaking it from the ground up. I've had this topic in mind for quite a while, as I've noticed how divided the community is when it comes to Sonic fan projects of original games. So today I wanted to take a look at some of the most controversial ones, considering these games were labeled as bad back in the day and now are regarded as one of the best. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, let's start off the video with the most controversial one, which is Sonic P06, which is an unofficial remake of Sonic 06 from the ground up by sonicexe. As we know, Sonic 06 was the anniversary game for Sonic's 15th anniversary, and let's just say that was one of the worst anniversaries in terms of Sonic games. Sonic 06 was supposed to be the new generation of Sonic and the new format going straight forward, but of course many people hated the game and called it the worst Sonic game or just the worst video game in general. To this day, there's still a lot of hate for the game, but then there are others who love the game a ton. As we know, the game arrived with glitches, bugs, and wasn't finished, but then Sonic P06 comes along and fixes the game. But the problem is, did this fan project really make people glaze Sonic 06 all of a sudden? In recent times, Sonic 06 has become one of the most glazed Sonic games in the community, where many people would say 06 is one of the best Sonic games. But what about what happened in the past, where it almost destroyed the franchise? Yes, I understand Sonic P06 is pretty much what the game could have been and shows its true potential, but based on what people rated the game back then, it just shows how much people hated it. And for the record, I do like 06, but it's not because of P06, as I played the PS3 version of it about 2 or 3 years ago before I even knew about P06. Bro, what am I even saying, man? I'm just gonna get jumped in the comments. Not like that! Fast forward to another controversial game, which is Sonic Unleashed, where this game released back in 2008 for both the PS3 and Xbox 360 and was apparently hated back then as well. There were also the Wii and PS2 ports, but I won't be talking about those today. Unleashed wasn't necessarily one of the worst Sonic games, but people have stated that it just didn't feel like a Sonic game, especially when it came to the Werehog. The game was heavily disliked by the Sonic community, as the Werehog was what made the game unbearable, and even to new Sonic fans, it just wasn't their cup of tea. The frame rate also was pretty bad as well and felt like a slideshow at times. But as of last year, we have gotten Sonic Unleashed Recompiled, which was another unofficial PC port of the game, which allowed the game to run flawlessly and great. At this point, this game or even PC port could run the game at a smooth 4K 120 FPS if you wanted to. It was a huge game changer for many and overall brought the community back together as people wanted to try it out. Now for this PC port, you actually needed the Xbox 360 disc to run the game. I won't go into details because I'm low-key kinda scared that the Sega ninjas will slash this video down, but hey, there's other videos out there. But once again, the Sonic community strikes again when a wave of overglaze arrives for this game when it was once considered a terrible game in the past. The big question is, did Sonic Unleashed Recompiled make people turn away their initial thoughts and love the game all of a sudden? In a way, it could be both yes and no, where I guarantee you many people would like to see a game run flawlessly at its initial launch and peak rather than almost 20 years later. Unofficially, by the way. While there are others who are just new to the Sonic franchise and could experience these games like this or could just simply enjoy the game without fan projects. Another huge Sonic game recently that has been getting a lot of praise and glaze is Sonic and the Black Knight. Now, I will give this game its flowers as the story was pretty good, Sonic's voice was phenomenal, his characterization was probably the best here, and overall the game was pretty fun. The biggest issue with the game were its motion controls, as you needed to use both the Wii Remote and the nunchucks, which was definitely a huge improvement over Secret Rings. People also just did not like the repetitive hack and slash combat and the on-rails level design. And as we know, there's currently a fan project known as Project Reforge, which is similar to Sonic P06, where the game is being built from the ground up and you can actually use a controller here. The game is not fully finished, but I guess this could be a huge possibility for the game to be glazed a bit more, but I'm not sure as it's only been out for a short period of time. Oh yeah, and by the way, it's only on PC as well. There have been a few people pointing out that the glaze could be coming from those who have played Project Reforge, but I just highly doubt it. Black Knight was honestly a pretty good game for its release, unless I'm wrong. You guys can let me know in the comments down below. But let's just wait and see what happens when Project Reforge is officially done and fully released. Another game we have on the list is Sonic and their Secret Rings. Yeah, you knew this one was coming as well. Or no, I don't know. As stated previously, this game was just a lot worse than Black Knight, as the motion controls were unforgiving, as you needed to tilt the Wii Remote in a specific direction, which sometimes the game just did not register, and you could be stuck there for hours until it did. People also weren't a fan of its repetitive mission structure, linear level designs, and overall the controls just felt unresponsive, as Sonic felt way too stiff. But guess what? We got Project Reignition, which is another unofficial PC remake of the game. This fan project captures the game at 60 FPS, where it makes the game so much more smoother compared to the original. It also fixes the terrible Wii Remote situation and gives you the ability to play with a controller this time, which overall makes the game much more playable. It also has some nice quality of life updates, which is a very nice touch to it as well. But once again, I've seen people complain that this game receives a bit too much glaze in recent times, but could it be because of this fan project? We will never know. And lastly, we have Sonic Forces, which was a game that was not received well at launch and hated by many still to this day. The game had many issues, such as classic Sonic controlling a lot worse than Generations, the story felt a bit goofy, the level design was too linear for modern Sonic, and overall felt extremely underwhelming. Fast forward to a couple years later, we have gotten Sonic Forces Overclocked, which is another fan game that fixes many things such as level design, story, removing classic Sonic, and even has hand-drawn cutscenes and cinematics, which is really cool. This feels more of like a DLC, but still fixes what went wrong with the base game, as the level design feels a lot better here, gives you QTEs, and overhauled everything, which made the game 10 times better to play. I really don't know what to say about this fan project, but could this be the reason where at least some people glaze Sonic Forces? I have no idea. Forces in concept did have a lot of cool ideas, it was just poorly executed. Once again, I don't judge if you like a game, as everyone is free to have their own opinion, but seeing many people start glazing a game that wasn't received too well from back then, I'm not gonna lie man, at least in terms of the Sonic community, raises a lot of red flags. But once again, in my channel, you are welcome to say whatever you want. Just wait until a Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric project releases. I guarantee you people are probably gonna start glazing that game as well. But yeah, I had this video idea for quite a while and just wanted to know your thoughts on this, as my question to you guys is, did Sonic fan projects change or ruin the perception of what people initially thought about a Sonic game? You guys let me know in the comments down below, and once again, thank you guys so much for 6,000 subscribers. It's honestly crazy that we hit that milestone. I legit never thought I would have reached that goal from like when I started last year taking YouTube at least a little bit more seriously. So yeah, overall, I'm just extremely grateful for every single one of you guys. It doesn't matter if you're here from the beginning or a new person here, I really do appreciate it, because once again, you guys are like friends to me, so I appreciate that. So yeah, I guess that's today's video. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. For now, stay safe, take care, and peace.